So, Trisha, first of all, you're having an amazing year. We have so much to talk about. First up, let's get into the Patreon of it all. For fans who don't know, what can I expect to see on your channel?
On Patreon. I love it so much. It's really like more popular, I think, than anything I've ever done on any social media. TikTok, I have 10 million followers. YouTube, our podcast, we have so many, but truly Patreon is where we get the most interaction, the most like viewership, it's wonderful. We do 2 videos a week on there. We do our extended podcast, and then we also do a bonus video every week, me and Oscar. I also have a new music tier where I have given people behind the scenes of new music. So if there's a song that's about to release, they hear it first. They'll get only behind the scenes on Patreon. We're about to put our entire Trishmas Christmas show in its entirety for our music tier. We also have higher tiers that you get packages in the mail from me, signed headshots, stickers. You can become a producer on our show, name in the credits. There's just like so much stuff on there. It's like really like just this full like community. I love it so much.
And you have a music video, Mother, coming out. I heard there's a countdown and viewing party on Patreon. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's the first time we're doing a countdown, and I'm going to be live chatting there, which I love doing so much. And what's cool about it being on Patreon is it's just a community that signs up that like is there to support. So you don't have to worry about trolls or haters or anything like that. We're premiering the music video for free members, so all you have to do is sign up, and it's completely free to watch it. And then if you want to upgrade to see like other behind the scenes stuff or podcasts, you can do that. But it's just a really fun way to have like a community of people who are there for all the same reasons to just enjoy the Just Trish community, the podcast community, and my music. And it's really, really fun. And this music video is exclusive to our Patreon. And Patreon was so wonderful to produce it and hook me up with really great writers and directors. And it's like a budget, it's production. It's my biggest production music video. And I'm so excited.
And what was the inspiration behind the music video? I heard that your Patreon followers, they could vote on certain aspects of the production vibes or other things. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, that was the coolest part to me, the most intriguing part, because I love the interaction on Patreon. And I feel like it's the only platform where you get authentic interaction and you don't get trolled or you don't get, people who don't care or just trying to sabotage you, but people who really want to see you succeed. And it was great because I can be a little outdated. I'm a millennial. So a lot of times my music is very like outdated, but it's still fun. I was asking people what genre they wanted to hear. So I gave different examples and they picked dance pop and women empowerment for the theme. We had, do you want like love song, sad song, emo, like, and they picked those 2 categories to go hand in hand, which gave us a good like little starting ground of where to build the song.
I do not think you're outdated. You recreated the Troy Bolton music video, bet on it. You recreated the one from Lizzie McGuire. Like you're spending your money in the correct ways. So I
Thank
applaud
you.
you.
Thank you. I know I do love having adult money. I'm gonna say I'm living all my dreams.
Now, speaking of your dreams, you're having an amazing year. Like it's crazy. You were just on SNL. What was
Yeah.
that experience like? Can you talk about like I listened to your podcast with Bowen and I know that you said it took like you got asked the same day and you flew out and it was like a crazy experience.
Yeah, it was all 48 hours before Saturday. It was like a Thursday. He's like, "Can you fly out tomorrow?" I'm in LA. So I had to fly out to be there for Friday rehearsal. So I had like 24 hours to like get on a plane and like get myself together. And like within 24 hours, I'm like on in Saturday Night Live Studio 8H, like on a stage with Bowen Yang, Paul Mescal, and all the other wonderful cast members. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was so gagged. They literally was just like, "Oh, I wrote a sketch." It's like literally like a hallucination, delusion. Like anybody's like, it's like a wild dream that didn't seem real. I reread it probably 100 times. I showed my husband. I was like, and I was shaking when I found out. I was just like shaking. I was like, I'm gonna be on SNL, which is like the craziest thing because I do not act or sing like in that capacity. Obviously, like Paul Mescal and Shabuzi were like on there. So it was like very odd. And I got to play myself. And I've never acted on TV. I never said any lines on TV. So it was kind of my first acting lines on TV debut.
Well, you were also like all the headlines like the next day. It was all Trisha Paytas is on SNL. So many fans too were saying that you're like an inspiration that
Yeah.
people can achieve their dreams. What was it like seeing that like reaction on social media?
I think that's all I could ever hope for is to be like the poster child for like anyone can truly make it. Like it is wild. I don't understand why it was me. And I think that was probably the shock of all for everyone. Everyone's just like, what is this person doing on here? It's so random. I'm not the biggest influencer. I never have been. So I think it was definitely one of those things where everyone's just like, damn, I could probably do that too, which is, I always like to look at people and be like, okay, they did it, maybe I could do it. So it's nice. I don't know how it happened. Like it really, mine's just all luck and boning, of course, but everything else has been like complete luck. And yeah, I like to be that hope. And I always just put out what I want to do, and some things stick and some things don't. So that was the coolest. That's the coolest takeaway is like giving people inspiration because you really can do anything.
I don't think it's just luck. I think you're also really talented and fun to watch. And like people like your fishy fans are everywhere, including with Bowen Yang. What was it like getting to work with him and then also meet all of the stars on the show and also Paul Mescal?
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. From the minute I met Bo and I like loved him, he was like so sweet, so like accommodating. The whole SNL cast and crew. I talked about it today on my podcast, but like everyone made me feel like I was like like I was Paul Mescal. Like they were all like these huge like they acted like I was like this big celebrity coming. They're like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." And I'm like, "You guys have the biggest stars come through here. Like it's actually so wild." So everyone made me feel absolutely amazing. And Bowen did my podcast the next day. I was like one day off and did my podcast the next day. So it was like really nice. And we didn't know each other before that. And it just felt really special and wonderful. And then yeah, meeting Paul Mescal was like the best. I wasn't familiar with him, but it was probably better that I wasn't because I probably would have been like really starstruck. But he was literally the nicest, and now I'm like obsessed. Now I'm like, I don't even know Wicked. I'm like, I'm only want to see Gladiator too. Like he was so nice and so sweet, like just really humble. He's just like there, by himself, just doing these things, and it was cool. And then when I found out all the lore of him, like being an Oscar nominee, I was like, oh damn, I'm glad I didn't know that before. I probably would have been very, very nervous, more nervous than I was.
Broadway.
Yeah.
I am so shook that you are going to have a Broadway musical, a one night appearance. What can you tell us about that? I know everyone's so excited for you.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. That's another one, a dream come true for me. And this started this year with another manifestation. An article was written about me being Roxy on Chicago on Broadway. And it was an April Fool's joke written by one of the now producers of my show. But it was just like a joke or whatever. And people thought it was so serious. And he's like, I never got more interaction on the website. The website crashed. People were so excited. So he's like, I knew we had to do a Broadway show about you. So it's a huge show. It's all for charity. It's for Entertainment Community Fund, which gives help to actors in the theater community in times of crisis. And it's just a wonderful community. So all the profits go there, all the ticket sales, live streaming tickets, in-person tickets will go there. And we also have quite a few Broadway stars that I'm so excited about, but we haven't announced it yet. But they're all involved to like, raise money for this cause and also just be there to support my first Broadway debut. And we have a bunch of people making their Broadway debut that night. So it's just like it's a dream. It's like Trisha's Broadway dream. It's really just like my journey. And it's like a little bit of a story. I play myself in it, but in a very theatrical, and it's production sets, costumes, like it's budget, it's wonderful, and I can't wait to perform.
Well, when I tried to log in to see when the tickets went on sale, it was like the Eras tour. It like had the little thing that was like loading, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even get a ticket. It was
That's
crazy.
wild. Yeah, it sold out in 5 minutes, which is like the most wild thing. I'm so happy. I cannot wait to perform. And people who didn't get their tickets can get live stream tickets, and that will all benefit Entertainment Community Fund.
That's so awesome. Have any celebs slid into your DMs to congratulate you about Broadway or also SNL? I feel like there's so many fans of yours out there, like Charlie XCX, like all these people.
It's crazy. I don't know about Charlie XCX, but I
Maybe
do
I'm just
know.
manifesting that for you. I'm
Okay,
like,
I love that. I was like, that would be great. I mean, Rachel Zegler has been one who's been very supportive, and I love her so much. I had reached out to her earlier this year to like apologize because I kind of came hard on her for like the Snow White thing, like everyone else. And I just was like, hey, girl, I'm so sorry. But ever since then, and she has been so wonderful and supportive, and she's like my main starlet. I love her more than anything. I always have. I tweeted her in like 2014. I like love Rachel Zegler. So her just being supportive in the DMs, I love her more than anything. Yeah, she's probably one of my favorites, separate aside from this and SNL, like Chapel Roan, I've DM before, and she's been so wonderful. So I've been really lucky to get to communicate. I love Addison Rae. We've communicated. So just, all the it girlies right now, I feel very, I love them, they're like such inspirations.
the girls who know, they know.
Yeah.
Now on top of that, fans are loving Trish Miss. A lot of the shows have completely sold out. What's that experience been like for you? I know Oscar also showed up at one recently I
Yeah.
saw on social.
It was so fun. Trishmas was amazing. Yeah, the LA show was great because Oscar got to come on stage. Everyone loves Oscar, as do I. Like our podcast is the reason I feel like so much of this is happening. Every show was sold out, was amazing. We had special guests in New York City. We had Holly Madison, and then Tana came to this LA one. I had so many like good friends. And last night I got to meet Dylan Mulvaney was at my show, who I love her so much. So just a lot of cool people that I never got to meet before, and I got to meet through this. And then of course all the fans. It was actually like overwhelming how sweet and wonderful and supportive everyone was, and they still care and they still are so invested in not only my like career but also like my life and asking about the kids. It was a really cool thing. We all got to just like hug each other and be present.
And there's so much behind the scenes footage too on your Patreon of you and Oscar. Can you talk a little bit about some of the fun collabs that you've done with him on there?
Oh my gosh, I really do love our bonus tier, and it might be one of our most popular tiers on Patreon. We do everything from trying different cheesecakes from cheesecake factories to reviewing Dramageddon. We had a 5-part series. We've got we game on there. We play Dress to Impress, review music videos, we review Oscars interviews. I think a lot of people don't realize like what a star Oscar's been, where he's interviewed Kim Kardashian and like literally just been on the red carpets with so many people. So, we love just like doing throwbacks. We've reviewed every interview we've done together. We have probably like a dozen interviews that we've done together. So it's just fun. Whatever is like topical, we kind of just look at and review and react, and it's fun. We just spend hours together every week just reviewing videos.
And we're also in the midst of the holiday season. Do you have any fun holiday plans with Moses, Elvis, and Malibu?
Oh, I think we're going to just rest. We're just gonna relax because it's been a crazy holiday season. They came with
Mhm.
us to San Diego for the show. So I think we're gonna just be home and just relax and do stuff around here, which we couldn't be more excited about.
And how fun is it getting to celebrate the holidays with your little ones? I feel like it must be so special getting to see all of that through their eyes.
It's so much fun. It's Elvis's first Christmas, so it's gonna be like really special. And she already like loves everything that has to do with lights and looking at we love to go to like Holiday Road and Calabasas, and she loves the lights. And then of course Malibu, she's really into like elves, like the Elf on a Shelf, the Elf movie. She really loves elves. She was an elf in our little intermission video on the show. She's really into elves right now. And surprisingly, Santa. Last year she cried, but this year she sees the Santa house and she's like, "We're gonna go meet Santa." And I was like, "Yeah." So we're gonna do that probably at the end of this week.
That's so cute. It seems like the world is really your oyster right now. What else are you manifesting to happen in 2025?
Oh gosh, I have so many things. I want to go on Dancing with the Stars with Ezra. I want to be in a Skims campaign. I want my own TV show. I want a gold toilet. I am there's so many things. I would love to do more. I want to write my book. I want to put it out there for the world. Um so much. I would love to get a house with a slide. I would love to go feed like hungry kids with my husband's bolognese. There's endless things that I want to do.
I feel like the Ezra Dancing with the Stars could happen because I saw that he like reacted to that on social and he was like excited about the idea of it. Like I feel like this could happen.
I think if it was up to him, maybe we're talking, he's might be coming on my podcast very soon. And if that's all we get is a podcast with Ezra, I'm so happy. I love him more than anything. He's so iconic. So it would be great. And if we did Dancing with the Stars, it would be wonderful too. So we'll see, knock on woods, fingers crossed. Unlike Anna Delvey, I'd be very excited to be there and I would give my all. So we'll see.
Well, if you end up getting on Dancing with the Stars, you're going to have to do some behind the scenes footage from on your Patreon of
Yes.
what was happening behind the scenes there.
Absolutely. Everything, because I don't really do like YouTube, my main channel anymore because people just aren't there. People are on the Patreon. So everything vlog style, if you want to see us eating anything, like everything goes on there, everything music related. And it's just a wonderful place to put like long form content. And you just know it's coming to the right people because it's there who are
Mhm.
supporting. We have all levels of membership from, free membership to $5 a month, etc. So it's a really cool community, and it's a safe space. And I love that more than anything.